Guys, what I have for you today is an absolutely delicious recipe. It's a homemade minestrone soup, and it was given to us by Beth Carlson, one of our viewers. So I'm continuing to do viewer recipes, and I'm loving it because I've been trying some really great food and getting to share it with you. So this is pretty simple, and you can swap out certain ingredients. I'm going to talk you through that, but we're going to start over here. I've got this pot heated to medium high. I've already chopped. I left them in the baggie, so I could give you this tip, and you could see. When I am chopping an onion, because you've noticed, like every great recipe starts with an onion. I had taken cooking classes in college. One of the chefs said that. Every great recipe starts with an onion. I found that to be the case. So if I'm chopping onion, I just do extra, put it in a zip top bag, throw it in the freezer, and then you've got it meal prepped and on hand, ready for all of these dinners you're making at home. So Beth has in her recipe a mixture of celery, carrots, and onion. Okay, and those are just roughly chopped because you want to be able to kind of taste them, so don't dice them too low. Salt, I forgot that at home, but sprinkle in some salt right now. She also puts parsnips in hers, which I found to be super interesting. I couldn't get a hold of any of those to show you, but if you happen to have parsnips hanging out in your fridge, then by all means use them, or maybe you can still find some at the store. Okay. Now, let's speed up time a little bit because once these have sauteed, even gotten the edges slightly light brown, you're going to add a few other easy ingredients. Tomato paste. So the tomato paste is like the espresso of the tomato world, okay? It's rich, it's deep, it's velvety, it's absolutely delicious, and it's going to intensify all of our flavors. I'm going to keep going. That way you can see me add all these great ingredients. A can of petite diced tomatoes, we use those all the time, some chicken stock, and then she seasons it with a few really interesting things. First, one of my favorites, I could drink the stuff, tell me if you could too, Worcestershire sauce. Tell me how you say it, because everyone says it differently. I say Worcestershire sauce, and I love Lee and Perrins, and I'm just going to put a few splashes of it in there. You can do it to suit your taste. Remember, that has a good sodium content to it too, so maybe just salt it lightly. Because we're also going to add some cannellini beans. So these are that good Italian bean. And then we're going to add farro, which is that Italian grain, just about a 1/4 cup of it. And it's going to cook, and it gives this, it's going to cook up while it's in there. It's high in fiber, and it gives this kind of nutty, crunchy, delicious, chewy flavor. All right, now let me show you something else we're going to do. The other can of beans that she has listed in her recipe, you are going to blend and add back to the soup, and it's going to make it slightly creamy, okay? So I've got my little blender over here. Let me set the little guy right here so you can see it. I love this thing. It goes with me everywhere. So I've blended up some of those beans, add them back to the soup. It makes some creaminess without adding any milk or anything like that. But let me tell you what else we're going to do, you guys, and Mike, I think that you would like this tip. Parmesan cheese, okay? It's pretty stinky stuff. The stinkier the cheese, the better. You're going to take that end rind right here, cut off a little bit of it. If you don't have this in your home, I just happen to have some actually in the fridge. This stuff keeps forever. I've had it for 2 or 3 months. You're going to take that block of the end of the rind of Parmesan, throw it right into the soup. That's the magic. Oh, it makes it so amazing. And this kind of a soup, the longer it sets, the better it gets. In fact, Mike, I had a bowl that I had dished out for a photo before the show. Okay. I ate the entire thing. I'm going to blame it on the baby. It was so good, I couldn't stop.
It looks good.
After a couple hours, all those flavors marry, and I think everybody's going to love it.